So imagine trying to flip the pages of a book every day like Jonny does with his bare claws. It's not very fun. You should be listening to your audiobook. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. They have over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I'm Zach.
I'm Jonny.
Jonny, what was the first thing you said to me whenever I jumped on the Skype call?
I have no idea, Zach. I've been saying a lot of things tonight that I'll probably not recall saying. Why? What was it?
It was, get ready for some Jonny rants. I'm coming in hot here because you seem like you got some stuff that you need to get off your chest.
I mean, I do, but now I'm medicated. All right. So I'm definitely hit the part of the COVID crazies where I'm extremely irritable.
Okay.
So like little things piss me off.
Sure.
And big things, obviously. So first rant. I had to go to the grocery store today.
Yeah, me too. I went this morning.
Which is starting to feel this morning. Man, look at you, super proactive.
Dude, it was like 9
like, why weren't you working?
Well, you know, my employer is very lenient when it comes to, you know, if you got to do something in the middle of the day, just let people know, and then everybody covers each other's ass. And
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. So
that's
they understand. Well, and they also understand that right now it's sort of a weird time. Like everybody's
surviving.
Everybody's just surviving, man. So it's like, you know, working from home before COVID was something completely different as far as expectations go.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be different if my kids were in school, right? But they're not. So part of the day I'm like, I have to help. You know, my daughter was sitting down here next to me for most of the day, and I'd have to try to help her out with homework while also trying to work. So, and I went to the store and dropped some money there. So
look it's at you go.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut off your rant there.
No, it's all good. Anyways, so the grocery stores here are starting to feel more and more apocalyptic.
As far as what? There's less and less items, or
less items for sure, and I think people are a little bit more like edgy, and there's a little bit of this like stay away from my cart because shit is selling out.
Yeah.
So last week I had to go to I went to a fancier grocery store than normal because it has typically been slower and has better selection because it's fancier, and like the big bulk stores like Costco's and shit, they're massive lines.
Sure. And I don't know I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't know if they're doing the same thing in Canada that they're doing here for Costco's, but they have a limit of people that they can let in the store at any given point.
All of our stores right now have a limit.
Okay.
A maximum capacity that's adjusted for the virus.
Sure.
So last week I went and there was a pretty big line, like bigger than I've ever seen. I was like, fuck. I mean, it moves not bad, but it was a little bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
And there was shit that just wasn't there.
Right.
So this week, we had to go again. So I went to the little family-run grocery store next to our house, which is more expensive, but it's not that much more expensive, and typically exposure is limited.
Right.
It's not as busy.
Right.
And there was no line. And it was fairly busy, like fairly not busy, I should say. And pretty much everything I was looking for was there. But there were some aisles, like the frozen pizza aisle was like decimated.
Right.
Anyways, so I'm standing in line. And they have markers for social distancing, like where you should stand.
Right.
And I'm standing in line, waiting, giving proper space.
Mm-hmm.
And this other lady kind of comes down the aisle, and I thought she was passing me, so I like kind of sidestepped to the left to give her some space so she could get by me and whatnot. Right. No, I was mistaken. She was waiting in line, so she stood like closer to me than would have been comfortable pre-COVID.
Oh God!
But now it was like even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so, like, I shuffled forward, like, a little bit. Again, trying to be aware of the person in front of me.
Right.
I wasn't splitting the distance, but just, trying to give myself a little buffer. And she, like, moves her cart up closer. I was like, God damn it. And, like, at this point, like, her cart is, like, not beside me, but, like, I can see it out of my periffs.
Right.
And then to make it worse, she coughs on me.
No.
Like, feeling someone's cough on the back of your neck is disgusting at any point.
Dude, no.
But even more so in this era. And then the cashier lady was pretty upset and was like, hey, like, please follow the markers. Leave some space. And, like, and the lady was like, it's not real. I was like, lady, I don't want you coughing on me anyways.
Oh my God, dude.
So I was pretty fired up about that. And then I got home and Allie said, let's make tacos, because she was pissed, and tacos typically make me happy because I love tacos.
Right.
And I was like, all right, yeah, let's fucking do this. So we make tacos, and I open up this brand new package of wraps, and they're fucking stale and hard. And of course I don't notice until after I make my taco. And then I go to, like, fold it, and it's like I'm trying to fold cardboard, and it's just, like, ripping apart. And I lost it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I was real pissed.
Yeah.
It's been getting harder and harder to keep Tiger in the cage, without a significant physical release. So.
Yeah, dude, you don't have the jujitsu to sort of act as the as the means of exercising demons or however you want to call it.
Exactly. But in other breaking news, I think I'm a Buccaneers fan now.
You said this on Facebook earlier, and I was sort of trying to troll you and sort of bait you a little bit, and you shut it down pretty quick.
I fucked you up real good on that one, didn't I?
I was really trying to troll you, so I had some material to talk about. No, so you know what? And I didn't even realize that Gronk apparently came out of retirement, right?
That's a today thing, man. That is breaking news as of like today. 3:00 this afternoon.
Yeah, just today.
Canada time.
Yeah. Cause he was done. I mean, he hung it up. He had a I think he was working on a show or something. Like,
he did a comedy special, and apparently it was really, really bad. But I mean, I love Gronk. Love Gronk.
Yeah.
And, my dad's favorite NFL team are the Pats and the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't really care for the Bears, but I did definitely, was bred into being a Pats fan, and
right,
came out of the closet as a Pats fan in the last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
And then Gronk retired, and I was pretty sad because, Gronk was a big part of my connection to the Pats.
Sure.
And then when Brady retired, I was like, well, fuck, this is like a whole new team now.
Well, he didn't retire, but he
left. Yeah. Well, talked about retiring and then left.
Right.
Sorry. So then I had this moment where I was like, is my connection the Pats because it's kind of like my dad's thing and then it was my thing? Or was that just like the tipping point for me, and then I made my own thing based on Tom Brady and Gronkowski, and now that neither of them there, is it still my team? And I don't know. I'm having a very challenging time, Zach, with my football identity.
Sure. Well, I feel like those are two pretty polarizing figures for the New England Patriots. Like, other pieces have come and gone, and it was sort of always just, Brady and Gronk. Like, you knew that they're like year in, year out, whether he was battling an injury or whatever, you knew that at some point in the season, Gronk was going to be on the field. He's going to make big plays. Something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And easily one of the best tight ends in the game right now. But
maybe ever.
Maybe I would. You know what? I think that
he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that I think if he didn't make his full potential because of how injured he got all the time. And think about how crazy and how good he was playing, and how fucked up he was all the time playing. Remember when he was playing with a dislocated elbow and like that stupid elbow thing for like ever.
Oh yeah.
Like, and still playing at the top level, still one of the highest performing tight ends with a broken arm.
Right. I would like to see like a like peak Jimmy Graham. Like, because Jimmy Graham's sort of a freak of nature. He's fallen off in recent years, but I'm talking like prime Jimmy Graham on the Saints way back in the day. He was a force. Like he was a force to be reckoned with.
What's the tight end? Gates?
Antonio Gates?
Yeah, he's also pretty significant.
Yeah. Oh God, why can't I remember his name right now? I'm Google searching while we're recording.
That's okay. Anyways, that's breaking news. Real fucking exciting. Makes you wonder though what was going on with the Pats if Gronk was like, I hate football, and he's like, oh wait, I can go to a different team with my best bud. Well, maybe I don't hate football that much.
You know, I feel like Belichick runs almost too tight a ship. Like constricting almost. Like it doesn't feel like he's.
Do you think so? He's so sloppy in so many other ways, like cheating in his dress code,
sure, but he's definitely not a player's coach, right? Like nobody enjoys. I don't think people enjoy playing under Belichick. They just know that he's going to produce because he's done it. But you start to wonder, and we're going to see it this coming year, whether it's Bill Belichick's genius or if a lot of that was on the back of Tom Brady. So I feel like we're gonna end up seeing what happens. And honestly, I feel like Belichick maybe gives, I don't know when he's in a contract, what his contract goes through, but I would almost think that he's probably gonna call it soon or be forced out of town.
How funny would it be if he goes to Tampa Bay?
I feel like Brady wouldn't be happy. You sort of you got the feeling that, and maybe I'm off base, but you sort of got the feeling that when he left and he made the decision he did, he was sort of at peace with it, and I think a lot of that was because I think had sort of hit a limit, he's. Belichick, like I said, he runs a super tight ship, and he's going to do it the way he wants to do it. And I feel like Brady maybe wanted to see some different changes that Belichick wasn't on board for. And that he's going to get whatever he's going to get clearance to do whatever he wants to do in Tampa Bay.
That's true.
Whatever he wants to do in Tampa Bay. So
he could be a running back if he wanted.
We've all seen Tom Brady run. Did you see his 40-yard dash when he did the combine?
No, but I've heard about it. I've heard that
it's one of the funniest things. It's like there are some quarterbacks that can scramble, are pretty good at it. Then there are some quarterbacks who are a genuine pocket passer. I'm thinking Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Those two dudes, John Elway. Those guys.
Yeah, John Elway had a couple of scrambles.
Yeah, but he was more dangerous when he had time in the pocket for sure. But yeah, I think he had one even in the Super Bowl where he rushed.
That's the one. That's like he rushed a shit ton in that Super Bowl, and I just remember him diving for a touchdown
in '97. Was that '97? I think. Yeah,
because that was the year they won. Was it '97
versus the Packers?
They won the Stanley Cup and the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up. Obviously, I don't keep up with the Stanley Cup. But
also some good Canadian history behind that in the best hockey player that never was. That was sort of was. I think I maybe went on this rant about Eric Lindros.
Johnny, you charged me at one point to remember a hockey player's name.
Name a hockey player, Zach.
Other than the one that everybody knows, and you know who that is.
Who?
Gretzky.
Okay, name an active hockey player.
I can't. I literally cannot name an active hockey player right now. I don't watch
Anyways.
it. I don't follow it. I don't keep up with it. I don't have a favorite team. I don't care
You do,
enough.
Zach. It's the Oilers.
Sure. I'm on board.
We're going to go get Oilers tattoos.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, but I'll be there for support, and I'll get something else.
Get a friendship tattoo with me?
Of a team that I don't give a shit about?
You do. It's your favorite team.
All right, man.
That's it. I'm fucking coming to Kansas City, and I'm seed bombing the shit out of Joe, and I'm tattoo bombing the shit out of you.
Okay. And get Lacey to do an international trip.
She'll do it.
I was just talking to her earlier. We should have seen if she was available tonight, although it's pretty short notice.
We should set another thing up with her. We also talked about doing a joint podcast with Greg's podcast. Figure that out.
Deal.
Anyways, why I was getting there. Actually, hockey doesn't really matter. No one cares. But it was the first, I think the first time in sports history, at least in the NHL, where an expansion team won the Stanley Cup.
What do you mean, in 97?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Colorado Avalanche.
There you go.
Canadian hero Joe Sakic.
I believe it, dude.
Best wrist shot in the game, in my opinion.
So, okay. I'll believe that as well. Because I don't know what that is. I wanted to show you this thing, and I don't know if you saw it earlier on my Facebook.
Nope.
I did this little game. You know, they have the little games or whatever that, you know, what's your celebrity look like, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And mine is all of these people. Now let me read off who apparently look like.
The only one I don't agree with, show me again. The only one I don't agree with, pull it back a little bit, is Eazy-E, because he doesn't got a beard. Who's the middle guy with no beard?
It's Bruno Mars.
Even worse.
He does sort of have an Eazy-E look, though.
He does look like Eazy-E there, and you're showing me through, on a phone through your webcam shoved in.
We're not on a Zoom meeting, dude. All right, calm down.
I want you to share your goddamn screen with me, Z, so I can properly evaluate how physically close you are to these individuals.
Let me see.
Anyways, Bruno Mars doesn't have a beard. None of those guys really have a beard close to you. So
no.
So let alone the fact that all of them are completely different complexion than you.
Yeah.
None of them have beards.
That's the main thing, right? And I feel like I sort of uncovered a little bit of quasi racism in this game. And it's obviously it's not made by Facebook. It's made by some third party app developer. OMG is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I apparently am a 98% match with Usher. I don't know.
I mean, you both have soul, I'll give you that, but I don't know if that app can gauge that.
We got soul. Okay. I also have Drake, 87% match. Bruno Mars, 63%, and Khalid, 59%. Honestly, I don't know who Khalid is. I've heard the name. I don't know any of his music. I
know he looks like someone who's famous, but I don't know who he is or what he does or what his songs are. I'm assuming he's a musician.
That's what I'm assuming as well.
So it makes you wonder about those apps. Or did you do a version that included penis size?
Oh, that's what it was. I took a picture of my dong and uploaded it. And they said, oh, yes, you're 98% match with Usher. 11.5 inches. It's not true.
Centimeters.
Yes, centimeters. But yeah, so that was my that was a weird moment this morning.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
What is this called?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what this is?
It looks like, is it candy?
It's a candy.
Okay, a gummy?
It's a sour key. Or a sour soother if you're a weird little baby thing. You don't know what this is?
All right, everybody, let's stop and take a second to talk about our sponsor for today's podcast. That would be Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. The audiobook that we're going to talk about for the month of April, we are all cooped up inside due to this quarantine stuff for COVID-19. So what better way to spend your time than brushing up on your dad jokes? I am the self-proclaimed king of dad jokes, even though I can't bust one out right now. I guess I can. Hey, Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. You know, that kind of thing. I use that one several times a day. This book is called 150 Dad Jokes. Specifically, it says a terribly good Father's Day gift book for dads, but it doesn't have to be a Father's Day gift book for dads. It can just be a book for dads, right? Who just want to get better at their dad jokes, and I recommend that. Publisher summary, we'll do it real quick. It says, what do you call your dad if he freezes? Popsicle, right? That's a good one. 150 hilarious and clean dad jokes that will keep everyone laughing for hours on end or rolling their eyes. I added that part on. Makes a great gift for Father's Day, either for the kids to play for dad or to have him play it for them. Listen now if you're ready for some laughs and groans. Probably more groans if it's like my dad jokes, but in any case, check that one out. If you guys don't want to listen to that audiobook, feel free to choose any of the over 180,000 other audiobooks that they have on their service. So thanks, Audible. Thank you guys. Again, head to audibletrial.com/jumbled. Pick up that free audiobook. And I think we got to get back to the podcast now. Jonny, I'm going to tell you something. In my 32 years of existence on this planet, I've never once heard of a sour key or a sour soother. Either one of them. Haven't heard of. I don't think that's an American thing. It's sort of like it's sort of like whatever your tiger stripe, whatever it was.
Tiger tail?
Tiger tail? I'd never heard of that either. And you thought I was a crazy person for not knowing that either. I'm pretty sure that's a strictly Canadian thing that you're working with right now. And well, I'm sure they're delicious. Are they like Sour Patch Kids?
Way better than Sour Patch Kids.
Really?
A little bit more sour.
Uh-huh.
I would say 25 to 30% more sour.
Okay.
Different flavors.
See, I can appreciate a candy where there's a good amount of sour, but it's also like the fruity part
These
comes through fruity with it.
So where I was going with this, and this was going to be another Jonny rant. So there are 3 things in the junk food world that I am almost powerless against.
That Japanese sandwiches that you hoarded when you were there? The blueberry whatever sandwiches? I mean, dude, you're pretty really powerless, good. Dude.
But that was a lunch food, not a junk food.
Gotcha.
Right? Like, junk food can be lunch.
Sure.
But lunch food isn't really junk food.
Sure. I agree.
So, number 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Miss Vicky's Salt and Vinegar. Only Miss Vicky's Salt and Vinegar.
Are those potato chips?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, I don't know. Are those potato chips? Salt and vinegar. I assume they're potato chips.
Yeah, they're fucking potato chips.
Hey, man, why are you cursing at me? Like, you're angry that I haven't heard of
I told
of
you!
a particular food, dude.
I told you I was very rowdy.
I know, but you're screaming at me for not knowing a goddamn potato chip, dude. I didn't do this, man. I'm not responsible for this. I didn't cough on the back of your neck today at the grocery store, all right? Why are you down my back, dude?
You know what's the real irony about that situation is Allie didn't like that I was going to Family Foods.
Mm-hmm.
She said it's more expensive. And I was like, I don't want to go stand in line with a bunch of people. Like, I don't want to be around a bunch of people. I'm not paranoid, but, like, it's not worth it.
Did you shoot the lady a look?
I gave her like one of these like over my shoulder, like, what the fuck are you doing?
That would have been a full turnaround moment for me.
I didn't want to face her in case she coughed again.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
I just was like...
Do you have people... Are there people wearing masks all over the place up there as well?
It's actually... I think we're moving towards where you can't be in public without one.
Oh. Or you're fined or something like
you get a fine.
Yeah.
And we're fining for social distancing and stuff too.
Well, I think that's smart.
I do too.
Smarter than the protesters that are in Kansas City right now. Your wife commented on my Facebook post earlier.
Which one? The one we just talked about?
No, I put a post up where I was just talking about
oh yeah, I saw that.
Where they
what did she say?
So she did she quoted something. I assume this is an article or something like that. It says tanning salon operator Nancy Ortiz of Kansas City stood with her 3 young children, each one of them holding a small American flag. She had a mask draped around her neck, though she said the coronavirus isn't killing people. Instead, she said she thinks new wireless technology is the culprit. Quote, I don't believe that there is a disease. I believe that it is a cover-up for 5G that's going on, said Ortiz. I believe it's a lie. I believe we're being lied to. I believe everything is a lie, end quote. And then she said, wait, I thought that was just a meme on the internet. And then I assured her, no, everybody down here is just stupid. Everybody's dumb as rocks. And listen, I have a lot of faith in people, regardless of where they are geographically, what nationality you are, where you grew up. I have a lot of faith in you as a person in general because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. But there are certain people that karma just needs to come up and bite them in the ass.
Yep, I agree.
And bite them hard. Because people like this don't learn.
No, definitely
unless
not.
They have to go, they go through it.
And even then, they say try everything twice for a reason.
Yeah.
In case you're a slow learner.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway, so the irony in this is Allie and I had a spirited debate on which grocery store I was going to risk my life at. Yeah. And on my way out, I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to probably get corona and die. And you're going to feel real bad for sending me this stupid grocery store.
Please don't get corona. And also, please tell me you came home and then immediately, showered or something.
I have not showered.
Dude. Okay, now I'm judging you a little bit, right?
I got home. That
should have been the first thing
I
you
ate
did.
dinner really quick. I wanted to cook dinner with my wife, and then I had to come down here for you.
Okay, Johnny, priorities, bud. I can't do. You can't co-host a podcast if you can't be a co-host.
Yeah,
right?
It could literally be me sitting here slowly decomposing and you describing me on a weekly basis.
Dude, I wouldn't make you record. I wouldn't drag you out of bed just to record. Sound like a piece of shit. I don't want to catch corona over the internet.
I was wearing a jacket and shit, so I'm not that as concerned. I'll probably still shower. I'm feeling dirty now that you've said it.
Well, I think we're just at a place where you've got people just out there being unreasonably reckless, you know, and the fact that they're willing to publicly cough without covering their mouth in a public place means that they don't give a fuck, and they've been everywhere, and they've not stopped themselves.
No, that's true.
Or distanced themselves at all. So that would have been the first thing I would have done right there. I would have said, fuck it, I'm out. And then I would have gone home and showered without checking out even.
I had so many groceries. I was not fucking abandoning that shit.
Yeah. Or I would have asked somebody for some sort of wipe like they use on the carts or something like that. Somebody throw me some shit that I can rub on my skin.
Well, I went to the family kind of ghetto grocery store, so even their employees don't really have wipes on.
Shit, man.
It's a very different level of concern. Like when we go to the fancy grocery store, they have someone at the door like running security, and then you go in and they have a hand sanitizer, and then they wipe the handles on your basket or your cart and then hand it to you.
Yeah,
this place is still kind of like a free for all, like social distance. Here are the markers, and they have sneeze shields up for everyone. But
gotcha.
So I did this grocery shopping, and they didn't have the chips that Allie wanted. So there's a 7-Eleven like right there.
Right.
So I went to the 7-Eleven, and they also didn't have the chips, so I bought backup chips. But then they had sour keys in this container.
Yeah.
So to get to the sour keys story, this rant was, this was a childhood candy favorite of mine, and there's a smaller version of these that were like 5-cent candies. Like when 7-Eleven had the 5-cent candy thing.
Yeah.
And then they had a really big version of these that were 25 cents. And it was fucking amazing, and I'd get them all the time.
Yeah.
Well, then for all the germaphobes got rid of the 5-cent candy thing in Canada, like, I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So then they put all of these things into like little bags at first, but it'd be like sour keys and like a bunch of garbage Coke bottles and shit that I didn't want. I'd buy them just for the sour keys, and I was getting really pissed. Yeah. Costco does occasionally carry a bulk box of sour keys if you want.
Right.
I've done it, but I've learned that I can't buy it because I'll eat them until they're gone. And these little bastards in, mass quantities do horrible things to your body.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you eat too many grapes, you're going to get the shits, right? I mean,
sure.
Just imagine eating a bunch of horse hoof and sugar.
Yeah.
So I go to 7-Eleven, and then I see these cups. Well, I guess there's another part. People complained about not being able to get sour keys, and then a different brand who also makes like shitty gummy bears.
Yeah.
Made sour keys, but they were like gummy bears that look like sour keys, and everyone was even more pissed because then there are these like fake sour keys floating around.
Right.
And then I saw these cups, and 7-Eleven brought these just sour key cups. And so now I have to buy them all the time because I want them to keep carrying them.
Right.
For the time that I randomly, So that is my very long sour key rant, and how you have not had these yet, and I'm trying to figure out what is better or cheaper or more fun for me to send you a package of all the Canadian things, or for me to just pay for your fucking passport so you come here. Because both are going to be the same price.
Yeah, international ship, especially right now. My go-to, if I want like a fruity candy, it's not around all year. It's only around Easter. There might still be a little bit in the stores. It's the Starburst jelly beans.
Are those only an Easter thing for you guys?
I'm pretty sure, unless I just don't look for them outside of Easter. Because that's my go-to jelly bean. Like, Jelly Belly's fine, but they get a little crazy sometimes with their flavors, and a lot of times they'll throw like a popcorn or something in there, and it's like, I didn't come here to eat popcorn flavored candy, Don't give me that shit, I just want fruity stuff. But I'll tell you what I like even more, and I've been on a big kick recently. Reese's Pieces, dude. I've been blowing through Reese's Pieces.
I hate Reese's Pieces.
Dude, I hate your little gummy key things. Now you tried them.
Yeah, exactly, you ignorant fuck.
Just spiteful.
I don't hate Reese's Pieces. If I had to choose between Reese's Pieces and Smarties, I would pick Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, well, they're two different types of
Canadian Smarties, which are shitty M&Ms.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces versus M&Ms. I'm going to go M&Ms. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup wins everything.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong.
No. Yeah. 100%. Here's a question. Peanut butter M&Ms versus Reese's Pieces.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
I don't think so.
Reese's Pieces are too small and annoying.
Yeah, but the flavor's better for a Reese's Pieces than for the peanut butter M&Ms.
No, the shell sucks too much. It ruins it for me. It's too much shell, They're too little. It's too much shell. Maybe if they were the same proportions as a peanut butter M&M, I'd be on board.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to agree to disagree on this one. But
that's fine. Okay, so I got to send you Smarties.
Yeah.
And a Coffee Crisp and Sour Keys.
Oh, what's a Coffee Crisp?
It's a chocolate bar. It's like a wafery coffee chocolate flavor. It's really good.
Okay. I don't know if there's any chocolate flavored candies or not chocolate flavored, coffee flavored candies in America that I can think of.
Interesting.
I like coffee flavor.
Okay, I mean Coffee Crisp is really good. And I need to send you. Do you guys have Mr. Big?
You talking about that band that made that?
No, the chocolate bar.
I'm the one who wants to be with you. That's that band.
I've never heard that song before in my life, so no.
It's like a late '80s.
I'm talking about the chocolate bar.
No, I don't think I've had a Mr. Big bar.
I gotta figure out how I'm gonna send you Tiger Tail ice cream.
Good luck, dude. I feel like that's just gonna have to be one of those things that we indulge in when I visit.
Oh my god, I can't wait. Well, Zach, when I'm on my deathbed with the Rona, that's what I'm gonna ask for. It's gonna be my dying wish, and are you gonna be prepared to grant me that wish?
What, to visit?
Yeah, my dying wish.
I don't know that
I want tiger ice cream with Zach.
Oh well, yeah, dude. I'll make it happen.
Do you have your passport?
No. I'll sneak across.
Mm-hmm.
I'll brave the woods.
Passport office.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We need to get that. Obviously, right now, with the economy, the economy the way it is, you know, and I know it's just $150, but $150 I can go towards groceries and stuff right now. So.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's fair. I had something, but it was gone. It was there and it was gone.
It was there and it was gone. Rona, laid up in bed. Tiger Tail ice cream. I do
appreciate, yep. All the other things I got to send you that are Canadian. And poutine is pretty hard to send you. What flavors of Aero bars do you guys have?
I don't know what an Aero bar is, Johnny.
God damn it! You know what's funny? I'm having this weird flashback where, I mean, I haven't lived in the U.S. now for 11 years.
Yeah.
12 years.
Yeah. Wait.
Fuck! I couldn't hold it. I was gonna laugh.
It's 2020 right now.
Yeah. What year did I graduate? I don't remember.
I graduated in 2010.
Oh, so I graduated in 2011. So 9 years.
Yeah. Creeping up on a decade.
Oh my god. So there are a lot of chocolate bars in the US that we don't have here too. They all suck though.
The ones that so you're not missing out on anything. What's a chocolate bar you don't have? Three Musketeers. Do you have Three Musketeers?
Occasionally now. Payday, Babe
I like
Ruth,
Paydays. Paydays are good.
Butterfingers for a while we didn't really have up here.
Dude, Butterfingers bomb. Dude.
I love, but I do like a good Butterfinger. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Butterfinger's great.
There's one in like a red package. I can't remember.
Kit Kat.
No, we have Kit Kats.
I
don't know. I mean, there's a bunch, right? Like, which is fairly normal. So,
$100 grand. Do you have 100?
We don't. We don't have $100 grand.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know the last time I had
that's a super American. Like.
Yeah, am I not an American if I can't remember the last time I had $100 grand bar? Do they just revoke citizenship if I don't?
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of great Americans, I
feel like this is sarcastic, and it's
Can you please open up a blank web address page thing?
A tab, yeah.
A tab.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want you to go to. Oh God.
I'm ready for this.
www.myrepublican
Uh-huh.
GODDESS
Uh-huh.
dot com.
MyRepublicanGoddess.com, huh?
Yep. And I want you...
Hold on. By clicking the button, you'll be redirected to the Chrome store and given the option to install private search extension. I don't want to do that.
That's not what you want. So when I put it in, it took me to finding myrepublicangoddess.com.
Okay, hold on. Finding my Republican Goddess. I'm just Google searching it. Let's see here. There we go. What is this? Oh God, this dude.
This is America.
This dude right here. Holy cow. By the way, this dude looks like he's a mummy that somehow got some skin back. You know how in the Mummy Returns?
Yeah, he is like
where
weird
he's
skinny fat.
Where he sort of like was becoming youthful again, like a little bit at a time. By like sucking the souls out of people, you know? I feel like that's what's happening with this dude. Are we sure this guy's not Egyptian?
I mean, he looks... So one, he's wearing a suit that is far too baggy.
Sure.
He's wearing like a beige peach dress shirt.
You know what it looks like? It looks like at one point he was a lot heavier.
Oh, and he just never changed his clothes?
Well, he got a lap band or something like that, is what I'm thinking. A lot of older people get that lap band stuff, and the weight just falls off, and then they look super frail. All right, guys, we're going to stop it right there. I know that was pretty abrupt, but we're going to save the rest for subsequent weeks. This recording was 2.5 hours long, so I care enough about you guys and your well-being not to subject you to that, because... who in their right mind would want to listen to a 2.5 hour podcast unless you're talking about Joe Rogan? We love you, Joe. So like I said, we're gonna hang off the rest for the next week or maybe 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks, because it's still like an hour and 50 minutes left or something like that. If you guys could, please head over to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and review. Also, head over to your favorite coffee shop or bookstore if you're able to. Or, hey, maybe just scream it at somebody at the gas pump or while you're just driving down the road because you can't stand being in your house anymore. Let somebody know about the podcast. Spread the word. And we do appreciate that. If you guys also want to head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled, get your hands and ears on a free audiobook and a 30-day trial, that would be cool too. Absolutely do that. Head over to patreon.com/jumbled as well. Pay $500 and get Jonny and I into a dress. One single dress. We're going to be a circus sideshow. That's our plan, at least, and we'll see how that goes. Also, we are on all the major podcasting platforms. Any place that you can think about where you would listen to a podcast, we're probably there. If we're not, let us know. Send any emails to jumbledpodcast@gmail.com or johnny.jumbled@gmail.com. Follow us on all social media at Jumbled Podcast. That's going to do it for this week. But boy, you guys are in for a doozy of a couple more episodes. And we hope that you will join us for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing.